Hi, how's everybody doing today? I'm down here at the Port Orange All Children's Park and working on my serve today. I'm playing my friend Jorge tomorrow morning in singles at 8 a.m. and it's around 10 after 5 and it's already 90, it's still 90 something degrees out here. But I had one of my subscribers was asking me about the V blade that I was playing with at 98. I got this. Remember I was telling everybody that I've been playing with the same rackets since the 90s, but late, I guess from like 1988 or 89 on up to like 1999 when I stopped playing tennis. So for like 10 years I was playing with the Wilson Profiles, the original ones from West Germany, and they're made of Kelvar. They're 95 square inches and they're wide bodies. And then my first brand new tennis racket, like actually brand new, that I opened it up and got it about 3 weeks ago, maybe almost a month ago. I got this one. I seen my friend, I don't know him personally, but I watch so many of his videos. I feel like I know the guy Brett from Tennis Tunes, and he was playing with the, I think he plays with the V8 or the V9, the Wilson V9, the blade. And I asked him how he liked it, and he was like, he told me he likes it a lot. And so I tried the variations of them, and I found the V6 that I like that. I like this racket, and it was in my price range. I like the V9 also. It's a little stiffer, and it also, reminds me of the Profile without being so wide body, but it does have a little flex. So this racket, I broke the strings on it, and then I had my friend Greg restring it because it was just really bad. The strings that came with it were horrible and they were fraying. So one of them kind of broke on the bottom, so I had him restring it. And then this racket here, while I was waiting to get the rackets restrung, I was like, well, maybe I ought to look into getting a bigger racket because my footwork is so bad right now that I'm just not making contact with the ball correctly, so I might need a bigger racket. And I noticed the fellas, everybody's playing with 98s and like 100 square inch ones and stuff like that. So I got the head 105, the speed, and I love it. I think it's awesome. I like both these rackets. They're both really nice. But what I'm going to do is play with the speed for a while because it's a bigger radius until I can get my footwork down, and then I'm probably going to move on as I get better into the blades. But today I'm going to practice my serve with the blade because these strings are getting ready to break. They're good strings, and I seen that dude Mark Sententis. I can never say this guy's name right, but he had some kind of multi-poly strings he was trying out, or whatever they are. I'm not an expert. He's a professional stringer. So they were saying you get like 6 hours of play on these things, and I used to hit the ball really flat. This is like how I saw how to play. You bring the racket back and you step into the ball, and use like minimum top spin to get the ball over, and just real flat. So I've been working on modern, playing a little bit more modern, where you're hitting with more top spin and following through it and bringing your arm up, and then kind of like practice catching the racket. But even someone that doesn't hit the ball as hard as I used to, I'm fraying these strings, and a lot of my power shots are coming from my serve. I still have a pretty decent serve. I can crack it, pretty decently. So you can see the niches on it. I don't know if you can see it here. See, all these are niched up. So it's just a matter of time before they actually break. In all 3 rackets, I got 3 rackets, believe it or not. I always get 3 of the same kind of rackets when I play, because I used to break a lot of strings with the Profile, especially being a stiff racket. So I always get 3 of the same kind of rackets when I buy rackets, especially if I like them, because they change them out so much and it's hard to get them again. So I always get 3 of the same kind. So I've been rotating the rackets out in every damn racket that I have, and I've only had this for like a week, like probably a little bit over a week now. And the one guy, I forget which one of my subscribers was asking me what happened to the blade. Well, I got it restrung, so I'm gonna hit some serves with this thing today, just in case some of these strings start breaking. I got a backup, But I'm gonna try to play with this one, like I said, and then as I'm getting better and my footwork gets better, I'll move back to the blade. You know, because you can get a lot of pop on the ball with this thing. It's a little stiffer than this one. And, you know, on the volleys, these are really good for serving and volleying. And I play a lot of doubles. As I said, I don't really play singles anymore. The last time I played singles and actually won, it was in '98 when I won the Light Up the Oceans tournament back then. And since I've been playing singles again, I have not won, you know, a 3-set match. So tomorrow I'm going to play my friend Jorge, and I'm going to try to beat him. You know, we're going to have fun. He's a good player. He's a solid 4-0 player. He's got a big serve, and he's got one-handed backhand, and he can crack it. So if I don't hit my serves good, he will tee off on him, you know. And the only thing, this man, he's a little older, so he had some problems with his knees, so he don't move around that well. But believe me, he makes up for it by his ground strokes are very powerful. He's a very strong player. He's a big man, so you can't really pound him off the court, you know. So he you know, when he gets to the ball, he hits with a lot of angles, and he can hit with a lot of power. So our matches have been close. The other day I was up 4-1, like I said, and then I ended up losing 6-4 because I just make a lot of mistakes because of my footwork. See, once I get my footwork back down to where it used to be, and I'm getting to the ball where, you know, the correct way, because you can get to the ball and still be out of position. Like, you can hit the ball too close to you, or you're reaching out. So having good footwork, you're hitting the ball, and you know, you're making contact clean. And every time it's that way on the backhand side, especially because I have a two-handed backhand, and I use a one-handed slice. And then when I volley, I also use a one-handed slice, but you know, like a one-handed backhand on volley too. So we're gonna have some fun. I got some cones set up, and I'll show you a little routine I do. I jump some rope, and to get my cardio going and get my legs warmed up. Then I stretch out, and then I start hitting the serves. But when I used to work on my footwork, because I get bored working out and stuff like that, I got a soccer ball, and I would just work on moving, you know, drills with soccer balls, moving the ball. Because if you can, you know, move your feet with soccer, you learn it's a different skill set than eye and hand coordination. It's foot and eye coordination. And then speaking of which, I went to the eye doctor today and literally got contact lenses because I didn't know my eyes were bad. So a lot of the shots I was missing, you know, like not reading it, is because I had bad eyesight. So I got new contact lenses, and we'll see how that works out. See if I can miss it. I get it. Gotta be clean it. But I like to do things. I get bored like working out at gyms and stuff like that. So I do sports for my exercise. And then recently I started doing push-ups, but I was kind of you know, wary of doing the push-ups because I got this plate in my shoulder, so I didn't know if I could do them. But I feel pretty comfortable doing them now, and I'm not as heavy as I used to be. So let's have some fun. Let's see what we can do. See if we can get some of these cones. I'm going to be working down the tee again because that's one of the purposes of working for me. And then footwork is important, and that's one of my weaknesses, so I'm going to work on that also. It's hot as baby out here, folks. I ain't joking. I ain't no joke when it's hot out here. Holy mackerel. Drink. Get a little bit. You definitely want to get your legs loosened here doing activities. And I got some old socks. And put a couple tennis balls in these things. And this helps me loosen my arm up before I serve. And you can actually, I've been doing this for years though. I've seen recent videos of people doing this like it's a new thing, but it's not. People have been doing this for a while to help them work on their serve. It's a hot one out here, folks. But you'll loosen your arm up. I put 3 tennis balls in there. And that way you don't hurt yourself while you're trying to hit serves. You want to try to be, you know, to loosen your body up as much as you can. That's just one thing. And it doesn't cost much money, so all you need is a couple of old socks and some tennis balls. Wow. Good Lord. Kind of bounce the ball a little bit, get your wrist and your eye. That's weird, I can see the ball better. I didn't realize that my eyes were that bad. Anyway. Shots I've been working on the lob. First two doubles, the lob is your friend. That's a short one, but also it's the first ball hit, so a couple of those. That's a bad one too. I don't like that. I try to make them I try to hit the lob as high, you know, try to get close to the baseline. It's better. That's what I wanted to do. And you'd be surprised how many people have problems hitting overheads if it's not practice. Well, I start from here to loosen up a little bit. Get conventional grip, you know. Couple like that. Just bouncing in the court, you know.
couple balls in, you know, you don't want to hurt yourself. And then, like I say, these rackets are really loose, light. I can feel it in my elbow from playing with those heavier rackets. These light ones I'm getting used to, and this is only like 11 ounces. Got my head. And the short ball, obviously, you want to work on those. If that person's standing on this side and I make an approach shot, I always hit it back down to their backhand. And then I know they're going to either go down the line or cross court, so I have a little bit of room to, to work with. And believe me, people will miss shots if you just go for a ball like in the middle. If you see that they're going down the line, go towards that way and keep your racket out in front of you. If you can keep your racket out in front of you and make sure you track the ball and the ball's hit down line, all you got to do is tilt your racket a little bit and you can hit the open court with no pace on it. And 9 out of 10 times you can win that point. You want to try to win easy points sometimes, like so you're not out here all day grinding. And that's why I think the serve and the return serve is so important. You can take a lot of pressure off yourself. Gonna go down the middle of the tee and see if we can get it cones now. Off the top of the frame with this long, and this is a little longer too. It's 27.5 inches long. I'm gonna work on throwing the toss out in front of me a little bit more. Yeah, these strings, they're very loose. I'd say they're probably around 40 pounds or less. The ball's really flying off the strings. That cone out wide. Try one over there. These are flat serves, so I haven't even started trying to hit slice yet. try to slice this one. Almost. Even if you don't hit these cones, folks, it gives you an idea of a good marker, and you can see the ball bouncing right next to it. So if you can hit those serves during a match where I'm placing them, it's a good possibility you can get some free points. This is going to be a slice out wide too. That's a little high. Kind of a kick. Not really hitting it on the side, on the right side. I'm hitting it more on the left side. Try a couple down the middle of the tee. See what's for this. Keep in mind when you're hitting slice serves, or if you're going down the middle of the tee, this side of the net is lower. So when you're going out to this side, even though this net is higher than a normal net, you gotta adjust your toss where you're hitting it because it's a higher part of the net. And that's why I keep hitting this part of the net here, this white part. Plus I'm dropping my head. I haven't really even started jumping into the serve yet. I'm just kind of using like an arm serve really. Another one out wide now. So that's how I've been doing. These are my second serves, and I'll try to hit a. I'm going to try to hit a first serve now. Good one. Racket's almost flying out of my hand. Okay, try another first serve. My elbow's been hurt because of the racket's really light. First serve out wide. Yeah, if you can pick on the backhand side and work it out between both middle and back and forth, you'll throw your opponent off, and then it won't know what direction you're going to serve in. I'm going to try another one down the middle of the tee and try to hit that cone that's right there. That was a little odd. Try it out wide, get that go. Way off. See what I mean? The net's a little higher on that side. Almost. Try to snap it at the last second to get that short one. To bring the ball in. You see, I barely missed it, but when you snap it, it'll bring the ball in. It'll make your fall. It'll make your fall in. Wow, that's as close as you can get without hitting it. Try a couple more on that one. Even though as a right-hander, that ball I'm hitting out wide like that, it's still good enough to pull them off a little bit. And then you can mix it up by, like I say, going down the middle and see. Fucking top of the fucking racket. This thing's so long. Really weird, man. Plus I can see now that the contact lenses in. Oh. Fuck you. Fucking shitty fucking net. Fucking pisses me off, this net. I hate that more than anything. So ridiculous. Shit, come out here and practice every fucking day and still can't get a fucking ball over. I didn't even drop my head that time. This is how fucking bad this net is. Yeah. It's like 2 inches off. Sorry about my temper. I just get irritated when things are messed up, like the net. Just like to be able to come out here when things are not messed up, like people aren't messing the equipment up out here. Irritating. I'm not that tall to begin with, so it's really hard just to get the ball in play. And then I'm, calculating with a new tennis racket, and I gotta throw my toss differently because the net's higher. Cone, but I got the ball the way I wanted to do. I'm going to try to hit that out wide cone with a slice. I swear. Thank God I don't do this in games. So annoying. So annoying. bigger, it's a little longer, and the springs are a little different, but I like the way it feels. Both brackets weigh about the same, so that's not too bad. Got one cone. But getting close to them also. And it's nice to be able to get, you know, at least hit by the, you actually hit by the target. And then you're getting in the groove. You know, it's a little easier to hit the target with the blade because it's a smaller head radius on the head of the racket. So it's just when I'm in the middle of rallies, if my footwork isn't the way it should be, I can't get to the ball to hit it correctly. So that's why I'm using that 105 at this minute. But I'm gonna hit some serves with this blade to show you the difference with accuracy. With the blade, it's a lot more. I get a little more accuracy with that racket, and it's properly strung. But as you can see, folks, it's a hot one out here. I'm already soaking wet, and it's only one bucket of balls. And normally I hit about 3 or 4, so around 150, 200 serves or whatever, and this kind of heat, because you're not really trying to overdo it. At one point, you can overtrain too, so that's why I'm getting irritated. You can hear me getting irritated. It has a lot to do with the heat. And people coming out here playing pickleball, and they mess with the nets, and you can clearly see that net is almost almost 3.5 foot. It's not just a little bit of a difference. It's supposed to be 3 feet in the middle, and then over there, I don't know, I think it's supposed to be close to 4 foot or 3.5 foot or something, but it's above that. You can see where they hang down on it and make the net off. So I don't try to have a high toss. One, because I'm short, but I don't believe in having a super high toss. You just have to toss the ball up just high enough to where you can make contact with it. The higher you toss the ball up, unless you're always playing indoors, the more chance you're going to have for the environment to have an effect on it. Now, there are some times where I do throw the ball up a little higher, and if I'm trying to hit a certain type of spin or something like that, but by throwing the ball the way I do and getting my feet the way I have them, I don't bend my legs anymore and do that. I got like a pinpoint stand more or less now, and I use my legs still, but the ones that I use my legs in, you can clearly see how much faster the ball's moving. And when you use your legs and your whole body, you're gonna have better, stronger shots. But when you're warming up, you just wanna get your arms loosened up and your body loosened up to get ready to start hitting, you know, proper balls. So let me go ahead and get these balls off of this court, because these fellas, oh, never mind. They come out here and play doubles, these guys. So windy here the other day, all these nets blew down. The wind mesh back behind you. These guys playing doubles here. My friend Steve used to play with these dudes. You know, used to play league with them. Steve's way better than them though, you know. But the one guy, he always calls by all the, he's the worst to play with. He calls balls out that are in all the time. And he does it intentionally to mess with people. I played with, me and my friend Beatbox played them years ago when I was a kid. They're in their, you know, 60s and stuff. They're older than me. But when they were in their 40s and I was in my mid-20s, me and my friend Beatbox played that one guy and his other friend at, we played him in the finals over here at Pelican Bay,
and we beat them. And he was, even back then, he was calling really bad calls, and my friend Beatbox was getting pissed. And I was like, just let it go, bro. Just start hitting the ball in the middle of the court. I just started literally hitting serves with spin on them, so it bounced right in the middle of the court, you know, where it couldn't be, you know, where you couldn't say anything about it. When you get people that call bad calls, don't call bad calls back on them, because that makes you just as bad. Just play through it. If you're in a tournament, in this environment, don't argue with your opponent. Go get a line judge. That's the best thing to do. Like people were saying about Trey, you know, foot faulting and stuff, which I don't see him doing that much anymore, but that's up to his opponents to call that. You know, he won those tournaments and he won them things fair and square. His opponent didn't call it. That's the way it is. And he actually got the ball in play. So you know, stop hating on these people. I seen a video with 2 Minute Tennis, and Ryan was doing a video of this fella serving, and he had proper technique and everything, and people are like, oh, he's foot faulting, and oh, he's double faults and all this other shit. And I'm like, God, can't someone say something nice about somebody? So I was joking around. I was like, yeah, you want to see something, watch me serve, dude. you know, just kidding around, because of the way I am, how old I am, and I'm like disabled and stuff. So I was just joking around. I joke around a lot with people. I don't take this stuff too seriously, except when I'm competing. I get mad when I lose. I can't help myself. It's the way I am. But I'm respectful to my opponents and stuff. I don't disrespect my opponents. I'm more disrespectful to myself. I'm like, can you believe what the fuck is going on out here? That kind of stuff. And I'm sorry about my language. I grew up as a chef, you know, in the kitchen, and sometimes my language is atrocious, and I don't mean to be like that. But when I'm out here by myself, I don't usually act like that when I'm playing on tennis, unless I'm playing singles by myself and no one's around. It's just me and my partner, and I'll say stuff to myself, but I don't question people when I'm playing doubles and stuff. I'm respectful to people. You're always going to have somebody that's going to try to cheat, dude. That's how it is. But it doesn't happen really as much as people think it does in tennis, because, you know, it's an honor thing, and if you can't be an honorable person and play the game correctly with honor, then people will not play tennis with you.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to try the blade now.
Sorry.
You got that racket strongly strung, so it's a little tighter.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun too, man. It'll be a little easier on my arm than that one with racket.
Woo! Wowzers.
Take a shower? No, I just play tennis. That's funny.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, it's no joke down here in Florida, folks. No joke at all.
Woo!
Die out here in the beach.
Oh, it stays in. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Oh boy. Trying to, man, see how far I am when I hit it. Should hold
Saw you back. Hit you back.
Yeah, I was back too far.
You probably did the M8 twice.
15s. One did one set.
Oh.
Woo!
350s out wide. And then the middle one. 2 out wide, 2 down the middle. This one I'm going to try to slice.
Come on. Oh, you were in that one.
Now we're going to go down the middle.
Woo! Man.
Woo, wouldn't die on that one.
That was. What we got, 30?
A lot of hits.
Yeah. Bruce.
Let's try one more out. Bad from the start beginning. Start to beginning.
Oh, woo! Woo! Man. You're earning a couple points today. Oh, you're at. Oh, I gave it to you. Jeez.
Oh my God.
Oh, you were in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Had you everywhere.
I know.
Die already.
I know. He won't go away.
Keep head up. The ball will go where you're pointing at. If you drop your head, it's going to hit the net.
Woo.
Down the middle, keep
Man.
ready to rest. All right, get down.
going in, and from hitting with the two different rackets, obviously they're different ways. This is shorter. This is 27 inches long. The other one's 27.5 inches. This is 98 inches, square inches. The other one's 105. So yeah, it takes a little time to get used to the thing. And sometimes I can come out here, you know, some days I come out and I can hit the cones every time. And then some days I'll just be real close to them. But the reason I practice my serve like this is because you're gonna be in situations where you're gonna get into deuces, and it can be long ones. The other day I had a deuce, it went 6 times. And then thank goodness I was conditioned enough to keep myself in the point, you know, for that while. And of course I end up fucking losing the game, you know, just missing an easy shot. I had a chance to get the ball away, and it was just an easy one and didn't get there. It was a guy hit a drop shot, and I got to the drop shot and it was set up perfect, and I didn't volley it. I was trying to swing, like kind of come underneath it and swing, push it up, you know, and I hit it right into the net. And then I had another one, almost the same exact thing, but to my backhand side, and this time I just took my hand off of it and I ripped it down the line, and then that one went in, which made it deuce. And then I'm like doing it all over again, and then my friend had an ad, and then I hit an ace out wide with a slice serve, and I could tell he was kind of pissed. He's like, son of a bitch. But you know, we have good matches, Jorge and I. He's one of my good friends and a little older, and we come out and hit, and he gives me pointers and stuff. As I said, my problem is now at the end you saw me using my legs more, you know, bending them and getting into them. And as I say, I like both rackets, and the problem is I was having problems with my elbow with those bobblettes. The Pure Drive 110s, they're really light. They're like 9 ounces. And even with strings in them, they may be a little bit more, you know, close to 10 ounces, but they're still under 10 ounces. So I was having problems. My elbow started hurting. Then when I hit with this one, my elbow doesn't hurt. It's a little bit over 10 ounces, I think. Let's see. I can actually see, folks. I'm getting used to my new contact lenses too, because I didn't know I needed it. This is 10.7 ounces, and I think that's without strings. I'm not sure. And then the balance on this thing is, well, the stringing pattern is 16-19, same as the other one. The head's also 16-19, and this is 4 3/8 grip. I used to play with a 4.5, so I use a 4 3/8 grip, and then I have an overwrap. And let's see, it suggests to string it at 50 to 60 pounds, and my friend strung this at 52. He's a professional stringer, so he put some kind of synthetic in here. But it feels pretty good, you know. You can see I got a little bit more control of the ball with these strings and this racket. But as I say, the reason I'm not playing with it, you know, playing singles with it, is because my footwork isn't that good yet. You know, I'm not at the level where I used to be, and I'm trying to get this weight off of me, in which you can see how much I'm sweating out here, folks. It's brutal. It takes, you know, if you want to get good at something, you got to keep coming out here and doing this. And I'm sharing my experiences with people, because I see a lot of people get frustrated losing matches and shit. And I'll just let you know, since I started playing tennis again, I went from winning tournaments, you know, back in the 90s, and actually competing and getting into, you know, good rounds and things, to recent times of not even being able to win a set, you know, not even being able to win 2 sets, you know, or not even a set off of some of these people. And they're close games, you know, they're going deuces back and forth, but I'm losing like 6-4, 7-5, even tiebreaker 7-6 the other day, well, a couple weeks ago. And it's just frustrating. And then I came out here Saturday and played doubles, which I was telling you, these folks don't play correct doubles. They don't stand at the net. Some of them don't stand at the net, and you're sitting there serving. So then, you know, they're back here, and you know, it's an unwritten rule in tennis. If you're playing the ad side and you're a right-handed player, and the other person's playing the deuce side, and they're right-handed, and their backhand's in the middle, the forehand's always supposed to take priority over. You know, you're supposed to take the ball from them, because you have a stronger shot with your forehand. So that's things like that. And then if they do go to the net, they're either too close to the net and then they get lobbed, and then I gotta run and cover it, and then throw a ball up, you know, play defense and shit. And then it comes to the point where we're down so much because of errors that are being made that I gotta start being aggressive on my return of serve and start, you know, cracking winners just to get the ball back to deuce and shit. And you can only do that so many times, you know. So instead of me playing my game where I set up my shots and hit a deep approach shot and come in behind it, now I'm setting up second hand, you know, second serves, and I'm ripping it cross court, you know, pulling them all the way off the court. And then I'm trying to get them so they can hit the ball back to me, because sometimes in the whole entire match or in a game, they won't hit, you know, I'm avoided, they avoid me and don't hit the ball to me. And then if I do get to the ball, it's some kind of shot, I gotta create some kind of shot, or I gotta play defense and throw a lob up or something. But then you're cold, so when you go to the net and you get a ball, you're missing the line because you're trying to be too cute with it and not keeping your racket out in front of you, like I was saying, and like Steve was talking about, because he was like, wow, I forgot how good you volley. And I was like, dude, I told you, I mean, like, you remember how good I used to be. I'm not moving. That's the problem. And it isn't that I don't know what I'm doing. If your feet are in the wrong position, it doesn't matter what kind of ground strokes you have, you're gonna hit the ball badly. That's just all there is to it. You're gonna hit it out in front of you like that, where you not have much power on it, or you're gonna hit behind you like that, or instead of coming in and hitting through in it and catch your racket. You know, that's what I was practicing doing, through it. But when I used to play, I used to bring my racket straight back and hit like that. That was about as much topspin as I hit. It was just like this. There's the ball, I come and I step into it. The same with my backhand, I just bring it like a baseball bat. It's sort of like Jim Courier, how he used to play. I just bring my racket back like that and hit through it. And use this leg, my back leg, to push off of. And once again, it's footwork. I'm not saying that I'm great or whatever, or I was some superstar or anything like that. No, I'm not saying that, but I was saying I played good enough to have a lot of fun and hit, you know, cool shots and, you know, be competitive and just have fun. I'm having fun now, but I know I can do better, you know. And if you're not going to try to push yourself to be a better player at anything you're doing, or a better athlete, or a better person, then you're just going to be, you know, you're just going through motions. Tennis, you're supposed to grow, you know, no matter what age. You're supposed to learn new shit, and, you know, the stuff that you learn, you have to use it to have fun. But to get back to what I'm saying, I like these rackets. These are nice rackets. There's a chip in this son of a bitch. What the hell happened here? I didn't throw it. Huh. Anyway, yeah, that's from playing. You know, you're going to get little chips. And if you have a racket like this and it's got chips or scratches on the top, you can take a black marker and fix that. And you can, if you get a marker that matches this color, this lime green, you can fix that too. But it's a nice racket. I only played with it about, you know, I played with it about 10 or 15 times. I like it. I think it's cool. Like I said, it'd be one of my rackets I would go to once I get my feet better. But fucking A, that bothers me. I didn't even throw it, man. I must have, yeah, let me see. I must have got it when I was doing a volley not too long ago. Yeah, anyway, that's what happens when you play. When you play hard, you're gonna get some scuffs on your equipment. So, as I said, you can get markers and stuff to match it too. So if that kind of stuff bothers you. But I appreciate everybody watching. I'm gonna round the balls up. I did this for about an hour, and it's still in the 90s out here, even though it's cloudy, and I hear some thunder like we saw the other day. So I'm gonna go home, take a shower, and get something to eat. Oh, I see what I did. I must have hit my leg when I served. I'm fucking bleeding. Huh. Yeah, when you're doing slice or kick serves or trying to spin the ball, you have to land sideways, and then the racket's gonna come this way. So you're gonna go, when you're slicing it, you go like that. You're going, when you're slicing it, you come out like that. When you're doing the other type of serves, when you're spinning down on it, you're coming like this on it. So I must have, that's what happened. I just hit, yeah, see, it matches right up. I must have hit my leg with the racket and didn't even realize it when I was serving. That's how hot I am. I don't even realize I'm bleeding. I gotta watch that because I got diabetes. anyway, it's too far from my heart to kill me, as my grandmother used to say. God bless her soul, I miss her. But yeah, so you get, when they say blood, sweat, and tears, that's exactly what's going on out here, buddy. Blood, sweat, and tears. I appreciate everybody watching, like I said. And, you know, just keep practicing the things that you're good at, and also practice the things that you're not so good at. You know, if you want to get better at serving, you have to practice your second serve and your first serve, but you want to have a second serve where people can't attack it, and you want, you know, placing it, getting these cones and practice placing the ball is real important. Even if you don't hit the ball that hard, you're still placing it out wide or down the middle where these people can't set up and tee off on the ball and know it's coming bouncing right in the middle of the court for them. You know, and if you are going to bounce it in the middle of the court to them, try slicing it and it'll stay low, and that way they have to hit up on the ball, and that will give topspin and give you a chance to get to the ball. You know, you want to give yourself a chance. And as I was saying, your footwork too, you know, probably if someone's standing over there and they hit the ball, you'll be here, and then you back here, and you're ready, and then you got to hit, and then back to here, and then that way if they hit down the line, you have less room to go to. You don't have to cover so much court. And that's the trick. The less court you have to cover, the easier it is for you to hit the ball. And that's what these pros and good players do. My friend that I watch, Brett from Tennis Tunes, he's getting real good at that. That's why he's playing so well. He's covering the court better, and he's in positions to hit better shots, offensive shots. Before, he was kind of out of position when he was playing his friend Scott. And Scott's a smart player and saw that, so he was taking advantage of that and putting him in defensive mode. So that's a great channel. I love watching that channel. If I had the equipment, the computers and stuff, I'd put some pretty high-end stuff together, but I just come out here with an iPhone and do my thing. I'm not trying to get monetized. I'm not in the YouTube clique where people are making videos of my videos, and you know, I'm not in that clique. A lot of the stuff I think that goes on YouTube is these people are part of Freemasons. They're all brotherhood, they're all cliques, it's all together. You can watch their hand signs and how these channels just go from 0 people to thousands of people on there. Either one, they're either buying bots, or two, like I say, once you're a Freemason and you're involved in that, it opens up the doors for you to make money and, you know, get subscribers. I'm not saying Brett's part of that shit, but I'm saying there's some other guys that I watch on YouTube, and I watch their channel explode, and I'm like, wow. And they, you know, they're selling t-shirts, and they're really not that good to have sponsors, some of these people. They're not, there's pros out there that can't get sponsors, okay? And some of these people are sponsored by, you know, good sponsors. They get tennis balls and fucking gift certificates and free strings and free rackets and all kinds of shit like that. So you got to ask yourself, where the hell's all this money coming from? And they get to travel all around America and go play different places and stuff. There's 4 or 5 channels I see like that. They go everywhere. Who's paying for all that shit? You got to ask yourself, these are young people. Like, you ain't got that kind of a job where you're getting paid that kind of money. And if you do, like, what are you doing for a living during a Great Depression? I mean, there's a depression going on here. Things are expensive now. Food's expensive, gas is expensive. How are you affording hotel rooms? How are you affording to travel to these places? How are you affording to play on these tennis courts? They're expensive. And yes, some of it's from subscribers, but how did they get those subscribers? Not being a professional tennis player. For fuck's sakes, there's professional tennis players on here that can't get that kind of money to travel. And they're you know, in the top fucking 300 or 400 in the world. So you gotta ask yourself, what the hell's going on here? I just have a small channel doing tennis for diabetes and people my age and stuff. And of course, you know, I got this challenge down good, you know, that I accepted, and I'm just getting my, you know, getting ready to get to the level where I can get to play competitively, and I've been working hard. But excuse me, but there's a lot of shit going on in the YouTube community when it comes to tennis and things like that. Like, I'm very observant. I had 5 true channels before I started making tennis channels, and I exposed a lot of shit going on. And It's so bad they just took the channels down, because the stuff that they're censoring now, they will allow some of that stuff coming through, the Z's, you know, and the J's and all that. I exposed that shit years ago. I exposed people about the Federal Reserve, all that stuff, and they took all my channels down. I had one channel, I had 350-some thousand people on it, and then I had another one that had 40,000, and I had another one like 10,000, and it would just get big, and they would shut it down. Tell me what, you know. And then it's funny, because all the stuff that I exposed, the lady that was the CEO of YouTube just passed away, God bless her soul. I'm afraid, I don't think she's in heaven, because I think she's in the other place, but I pray for her. I hope she, you know, repented before she passed away, because you can, you know, be saved. But there's a lot of evil shit going on, even in tennis. Some of these matches look rigged to me. You know, some of these, they have tennis matches, and these high-level players, and they go from, you know, it's back and forth and back and forth. You don't know if they're tanking these matches to keep it competitive for, you know, for views. You'll never know. Tennis is the most easiest sport to tank, and a lot of people get caught, especially amateurs. Well, pros, lower guys that rank 500, 1,000 in the world playing in these tournaments, they get money just to throw the matches, and you won't. How are you gonna know? A double fault here, a miss-hit there. It's not cool. I mean, I don't care how much money somebody offered me. I'm not gonna tank no match. I'm gonna play my hardest to win, or I'm not going out on the court to do it, you know. But also, there's mafia stuff involved, so they threaten these people's lives. And I already told everybody that Novak was going to win the gold medal. This is written on the, you know, just the same with Agassi and all the rest. They have to have these certain attributes to be the best ever. And that's one of them. Same with Tom Brady winning 7 Super Bowls. You don't think the NFL's rigged? You know, you have to look at this stuff for what it is. It's entertainment. And same with this YouTube channels, these tennis, it's for entertainment. A lot of these dudes, you don't even know if they are beginner tennis players. They could say they just started, you know, they just started playing tennis and could have been playing tennis since they've been the age of 5 or 6, and act like they can't play so people can see them grow as a player. You don't know. You don't know these people personally. You don't know nothing about them. All you can do is by their actions. What do they do for the community when they have money coming in like that? What kind of charities are they running to help people during a depression? Because if I had 25,000 or 30,000 subscribers, and I had people giving me money every time I did something, I would be putting money into the charities. I would set something up on YouTube where I can help people pay bills and help the community, the YouTube community and the community I live in. You ain't seeing none of that. Where's the food drives? I mean, some of these people make $100,000, $300,000 a year off of YouTube revenue. You can't go out and get a bag of groceries for people and go out to the churches where you're at, or some communities. I mean, most of them are Freemasons anyway. So you would think that they would go ahead and do something with the Freemason thing, you know, and use that to grift people, because it's not legit. They're not sincere about it. It's just a way to trick people. Anyway, I just want people to know that. I know a lot of people are like, I'm trying to grow my channel and I post my matches and stuff. Well, you're not a Freemason, so you're not going to be part of that. A lot of that's why some of these people's channels blow up like that. They're connected, especially in these areas in California and all these other big states like that. They're fucking Freemason places everywhere you turn around. There's a lodge. So I've been approached many a times in my life for that shit, and I walk away from it because I know at the end of the day what it is. They're Luciferians. They literally worship the devil, and I want no parts of that shit. I'd rather do without and have a good soul that's gonna not come back here anymore and be soul trapped than have money here and live on this earth and be soul trapped and have to keep coming back here over and over again because I'm an evil bastard that does bad things, you know. So that's not who I am. But I do wish everybody the best, and I do appreciate all the support. But I just want to let some of the people that are younger guys and ladies that are starting tennis channels, and their channels not growing like you want to. There's more than meets the eye, my friends. Always keep an eye out what their hand signals, who they hang out with, how somebody that just starts a tennis channel has professional tennis players on their channels and stuff like that. How, you know, these are all signs of a bigger thing behind the scenes. because everybody gets a piece of that pie. They split the revenue between the channels, you know, and they all make money, and that's how they can travel around and do things that you and I can't do, where I gotta work fucking 3 jobs just to buy a tennis racket, and these fucking people are traveling all around America doing whatever they want to do off of your money that you donate to them. So keep that in mind. Don't donate nothing to these folks. If they don't do anything to help your community, help the tennis community, or do anything to help anything, don't join none of their shit. Don't buy nothing from their websites. Don't do none of that, because they're just taking your money that you work hard for, and you could use it for your family and yourself. So that being said, I gotta get going, man. I'm so hot, I can't think straight. I just want to let people know, because I've been emailed before about this, you know, their channel not growing and stuff, and I'm just to let you know, there's always something behind the scenes. You never know what's going on with these folks. You just don't get a channel. I've been on YouTube for over 10 years. I've seen all kinds of grifters in my life on here, all kinds of grifters, and I used to expose these assholes, but I got better things to do at my time. There's too many people asleep, and I ain't got time to try to wake people up. So I'm out here trying to fight diabetes, sharing what little bit of knowledge I have in the game of tennis, and learning from my friends that are real people, not bots. I'd rather have a few people on my channel that are actual human beings, that are real people, than some bots, you know, tons of bots that make me look cool when I got a big channel. But a lot of it's bots. Matter of fact, if you want to really see something before I go, look up the dead internet theory. 65% or even more now, 80% of the subscribers on social media, 80% are bots. They're not real people. So that's why you see so much advertisement and stuff, because the real people that are on YouTube or on these social medias, they're trying to get your money to buy stuff. So there's very few real people on the social medias. You know, it's a big theory, and it is correct, because I grew up when the internet started, and there's things that you can't even do anymore, and there's things that aren't even around anymore because of what I'm saying. There's called internet rot, where everything disappears. So something to look into. But I appreciate everybody watching. Keep it real with each other, look over each other, respect each other, and just know at the end of the day, God loves you, and so do I, and I appreciate all your support. But I'm even gonna go home and take a cold shower, because I literally have steam coming off the top of my head. Thank you.